Hey, Skiba News Nation family, we have a very special guest today. He's been on the show before. He's a friend of the show, and I'm honored to call him a personal friend, Mr. Dave Weiss. Welcome, Dave. I'm so glad that you're here, and we get to talk a little bit about TrutherCon and a little bit about other things, and I'm so glad that you were able to make it out. What were your thoughts about it?
No, it was great. And when you first announced it to me, I think I was one of the first people that you called inviting. I was warning you guys how much work it is, how much risk, and how difficult it is. And you guys were like, "We're up for it," and so I agreed to come. And as the year progressed, I saw that you had a great team on it. Jacob was on top of everything, so was everybody else, and you pulled it off with an A+ rating. And I would like to say it could only get better, but it was great already. So, I'm looking forward to next year.
Awesome. And just so it's on record again on recording, I'm officially asking you to be at TrutherCon 2026. Will
And,
you be?
and as I said before my internet crashed and we had to start over, is I will be there unless somebody proves it's a globe before then.
We all know that's impossible, though.
That's right. You were
So,
asking me before, you're like, "How wow, you're putting up a bet like that." That would be like me "Hey, Jacob, what if somebody proves that you're actually a woman? Would you bet them 3 Bitcoins that they're wrong?"
See, that would involve probably a depantsing ritual, and it's kind of like shame
No, it's up for
versus,
them. It's up for them to prove it. It's up for them to prove it. But
we got to give a little bit of context here because I know starting fresh, people are going to be like, "What are they talking about?" Did you guys know, watching live, right? If you haven't heard yet, Dave has a competition or a bet basically of
challenge
three Bitcoin for anybody that can prove scientifically that the Earth is a
a
ball.
globe, yeah, spinning in a space vacuum, and it's not. So the people that think they can prove it, what's the word I'm looking for? Is it ignorant? It's not an insult. They just don't know. Like I'm ignorant to how many children you have. I don't know. I don't know. So, ignorance isn't a bad word. It's just a thing when someone doesn't know. And the people that think the earth is a globe are ignorant. I'm
yeah,
sorry.
bless their heart, as we would say here in Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
and
it's sorry.
I was gonna say you're in good company because Zen did the same kind of thing, Zen Garcia,
Yeah.
and
He was
and
taken
he
to
even
court.
won, and he won, which just makes more sense. I mean, it makes the FE movement even stronger, I think.
Yeah. The FA movement's growing. They're doing everything they can to derail it. They're trying everything. And, without getting into specifics, but they have big operations. The moon landing was an anti-flat earth operation. It was literally to distract people from Antarctica, to make people think they can live on a ball, to really push the agenda. What does it matter? It matters, right? Because you're hiding God, you're hiding your true potential, you're hiding everything, you're hiding resources, free energy. So recently they did this Antarctica trip and it was a psyop operation. How they did everything, we're still trying to figure that out. But it didn't prove anything. But it was literally to try to squash this movement because this movement takes down the control system. If everyone woke up tomorrow and knew that the Earth was flat, all governments would collapse. Everything would collapse. It would have to be rebuilt. That would be a good thing.
Yeah. And the whole thing about that is like that's what really woke me up to the FE thing. I know my dad was like first, but he was torn between wanting to come out with it or not. And I know that he had this internal battle that was very external too, because you could see that it was upsetting him because he knew the truth
Yeah,
biblically.
I met your dad a bunch of times, and he was a big influence on me on my finding God for sure. But on flat Earth too, he had the proofs. Before flat Earth, I'd be listening to all these podcasts. I'm like, these guys are great. 9/11, boom, boom. I got 5 pages of notes, and then all of a sudden they'd say, let's read. Let me read this passage from the Bible, or let's pray. And I'm like, religious fanatics, tear off the paper, unsubscribe, never listen to them again. So there's so many proofs in the Bible that the earth is flat, but you can't use them against somebody that doesn't believe in the Bible. They just look at you as a kook, right?
Yep.
But science, actual science, not NASA pseudoscience, works for everybody. So Science leads you to God, right? God could also lead you to flat Earth if you're already there, but if you're not there, you got to go with the science. So I kind of use a balance of both, but I lead with the science and then say it's also in the Bible.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
Yeah, there's also the element that the flat Earth movement is more of a conspiracy theory about what the Earth isn't than a proposition for what the Earth is. And I think a lot of people don't realize that as they see the flat Earth pancake and the things, that they've pushed all over Netflix and whatnot. But I mean, when you boil it down, there's a lot of the underlying conspiracies that people will admit, oh, wow, I totally believe the moon landing was faked. Or, by the way, did you see, famous Kardashian comes out recently
I saw
saying,
that.
oh, I questioned the moon landing.
I've
And
seen
then
lots of pictures, and to me, I don't think they went or something like that. Now, I that's all I saw. I haven't looked into it any deeper. I didn't see the context in which she said it, but I like it.
Y- Yeah, my grandpa and our producer Opa, he actually played it during the live, some of the clip, and it's like, yeah, but like, do you think she really believes that? I mean,
yeah.
if you look
Is
at it
she smart
now, if you
enough?
look at the, yeah, I don't know,
Hey,
but
but
if you
there's
go
I
ahead, Jake.
just have to say, man, they're choosing people like that to come out as flat Earth and questioning or whatever. And I think they're choosing these kind of scapegoats that would represent. If you're smart as Kim Kardashian, you think they didn't want to go to the moon. So you see the 4D chess kind of psychological warfare that's happening there, where they're using these pop stars that people have looked down on in the past, and then maybe they're just trying to and then directly after she comes out, NASA has an official statement addressing her claims that no, we have been to the moon 6 times and we're actually, oh
But
man.
we lost the technology, and okay, so we were talking about, so you know the old Superman with George Reeves. It
Yeah,
was my grandpa's favorite show. So if you look at the footage now, like if you looked at it from back then, it looked cool, it looked real, it looked authentic. Like he really looked like he was flying. But if you look at the moon landing now, it looks so fake.
it looks worse than the Superman.
Yeah,
It's
it
horrible. It's
looks
just
worse.
it's absolutely. The thing is, the moon landing. That's my litmus test. Like if I'm talking to somebody on TikTok or whatever, and I'm like, "Do you believe we went to the moon?" And if they're like, "Yes," I'm like, "You're not ready for this conversation,"
Yeah.
because the moon landing is the litmus test. Um, the what was I going to say? This isn't saying that flat earthers aren't smart, but you don't have to be smart to know that we don't live on a globe. You don't doesn't take a lot. You can be even a slightly person with a slowed brain, we'll say slowed instead of the other word for slowed, um,
Right.
understand that the earth isn't a ball and that it's flat. The problem is if you're smart. What is smart? Smart could it doesn't mean certificated. Is that a word? Get you have all your credentials, right? Because you were good at memorizing, regurgitating what the Rockefellers put in the books. That doesn't make you
Right.
smart. That makes you super indoctrinated. So smart people think the earth is a globe, and the average Joe Schmo thinks it's flat, right? So you're like, well, I'm going to go with the smart people. No, they're indoctrinated. The professors are the worst.
Hmm.
Yeah, I
How do you
mean,
become a professor? You memorize and regurgitate everything that's in the book, and then you're a professor.
it's literally that Bible verse, thinking themselves wise, they became fools. You know, and people don't realize that there's a lot to it. And I just wanted to throw this out at you because I don't know if I've brought it up in conversation before, but you're familiar with like admiralty law and maritime law and all the kind of conundrum they do in the legal system to kind of uh, put us under some type of control. Well, you know how it's all vessel based. It's like maritime based, maritime law based, right? Well, as the astronauts go out into space, allegedly, and turn around, they see the Earth as a vessel in a sea of space. And so, if you think about the whole connection between maritime law and how you have to, like, basically the judge in the courtroom becomes like the captain of the ship. If they turn around and they identify the Earth as a vessel in a sea of space, then we're all on a boat together. And so they like morally are like, all right, there we go. Everybody knows you're on a vessel now.
And all space is space. The ships and the docks and the sea of tranquility. It's all maritime terms. But I often bring this up. Divine law is the law of God. Common law is the law of the land. Statute law, admiral, maritime law is the law of the sea or man's law. In order to convince a man to give up his divine, God given rights and their common rights, you have to convince them that they're not divinely created in a divine world. And that's what the globe lie is about. It's to disconnect you from the true earth, God's creation, put you on a ball that man made in their mind. And if you live on that ball in your mind, you have to abide by their rules. There are only God's laws, and they can't make laws that go against that unless, of course, they're making them for another world. So they literally, at birth, they give us our birth certificate. They poison us.
Birth.
Yeah. Birth, right. And the doctor from the doc is receiving you. So they take you, and your parents sign along, and you're taken away from God. They're hiding God. Period. Crazy.
Yep. And then you become a slave to the system. It's like you're in their system now forever.
You also defend it, like Stockholm syndrome on to the max. People defend the globe, and they don't even know their own model. If they knew their own model, they'd be flat earthers. That's the funny part.
Yeah, that's true. So what got you into your flat earth movement? Like what was the first thing that kind of made you a conspiracy theorist, if you will?
Well, I was a conspiracy theorist when I was in first grade. Teacher was swinging a bucket of water around and said, "That's how gravity works." I said, "Well, doesn't the water have to be on the outside because we're on a ball?" And the teacher's like, and he goes, "Well, that's how I'm supposed to teach it, and that's how I'm going to teach it." So then, 40 some odd years later, I started looking into what money is, what the IRS is, what just about government, and I was like, "Wow, this is all complete and total BS." Started a podcast called Deep Inside the Rabbit Hole Podcast, looking into all the big deceptions. And then people started pushing flat earth on me. And I was just like, "You're an idiot, ban, block, block, block. You're never allowed to comment. Don't watch our podcast anymore." And then Sophia Smallstorm said, "Dave, you got to look into this." And not, if you want to investigate something, you go investigate it with an open mind. I didn't do that with flat earth. I said, flat earth is stupid. Let me prove you how stupid it is and prove the globe and be done with these flat tards, right? I think I might have even coined that word. And that's how you become a flat earther, when you take a good hard look at the evidence. There's proof of flat earth. That's what the Globers say. There's no proof. That's projection. There's no proof of the globe. There's only proof of flat earth.
Yeah, my awakening was definitely in school too, and it was Helen Keller. The whole Helen Keller story doesn't make any sense, and I will fight somebody over it. Like the Helen Keller story is all made up. It's all fake. It's all
Get an
made.
accent. How do you have an accent if you're deaf, dumb,
How do
and
you
blind?
fly a? She flew a plane twice, dude.
Get out of here.
Twice. There's one on video, and then she
Stevie
flew
Wonder?
one for 20 minutes.
You know about Stevie Wonder?
Yeah.
Not blind.
Just the same, man.
All right, ready? This is
all
what
crazy.
I was asked before Flat Earth. I was on the podcast, and I'm just exposing everything. And we'd have guests, on, and they'd be like, "Dave, what's not? Tell me something that's not a conspiracy." Good question to you. Tell me something big that's not fake.
The Eiffel Tower.
The Eiffel Tower? That's you know what that was? That's from the old world. It was a docking station for airships, and it harnessed free energy. So everything, almost. I use the word almost, but everything, almost everything, or everything is a deception. Everything. It's incredible.
Well, if it's man-made. Man-made is deception.
I mean, there's some truth out there. You know what? No, it's true. Go outside and hug a tree. That's true. But they tell you, you're a tree hugger. The trees are real. Trees are truth. Rocks are lies. Rocks aren't even real.
So it's a really fascinating thought process because it makes me wonder, do you believe that throughout history there has ever been a golden thread of truth that's been handed down? I mean, there had to be people that actually had some type of morality. They realized the implications of passing down a lie because it's a rippling effect that infinitely affects the future. I mean, there had to be somebody that wasn't just a crazy, whatever, you know.
My belief on that, and I wasn't there, so I don't know, is there was a reset sometime in the early 1800s, and before that was a time where the world was so more advanced than we are now. Worldwide travel, communication, airships with thousands of people on them, incredible structures. I don't even know if people ate back then. We might have had completely different bodies. We might have lived hundreds of years. I think that's when the truth was here. But then there was a reset that happened. God, natural, God made, man made, not sure, don't know. And then we came back, and the people that survived, or the people that knew, they kind of set the narrative. They destroyed, they're still doing it today with all the wars. They destroy any evidence of the old world, but it's still everywhere. They can't destroy it all. I mean, I was just in New York City recently, and it's incredible the amount of old world buildings there. I was just flying in from Texas, and as we're coming into New York, I'm looking down, looking at it. It was very clear. And we're flying pretty low for a while. And I'm like, castle, castle, castle. I mean, you look around, it's like you see the world differently. Like that's old world. And like they just stick up out of, you see all these boxes, crappy, new construction, and then castle. Like, what is that? Where's that? Who built that? And if you look at the history of it, it's over.
Yeah, I've been recently going kind of down that. I'm early into it, but is that so? It all comes back to the World's Fairs, correct?
The World's
Like
Fair
all.
is where there's a World's Fair going on right now in Dubai. Did you know that?
No, I
Like
didn't.
they're ushering in and I heard a story that they're testing out flying driverless taxis in Dubai. Like
No,
they're
thank you.
probably using
Flying.
electrostatically lifted and propelled, like the XRT-3B triangle aircraft. They're trying, like there's a new world coming. They're trying it, and then maybe there's a reset coming, and then that city survives, and that's the new world. So yeah, the new world on the old world page. There's so much good stuff here. My lunch break, if you really just want to learn fast, old world order. If you've never looked at it, so much stuff. There's so much stuff there. It's a mind bender for sure.
Yeah, I'll definitely have to check that out because it's super interesting. I think that topic's super interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well, flat Earth and the old world are like magnetism and electricity. They go together. There's no separating them.
Yeah, yeah. It's like Edison and Tesla. Like Tesla was so advanced, and then Edison was not as advanced. But did you know that Henry Ford has Edison's last breath in a test tube? It's in the Henry Ford Museum. It's the stupidest thing I've ever seen in my
Yeah,
life.
and Buzz Aldrin has a quarter that he brought to space that you can buy for $100,000.
That's crazy. That
yeah,
just
it's
so
a,
happens to restock every couple
Yeah,
years.
yeah, it's a 1985 quarter or whatever.
Yeah.
What's up,
yeah,
Jacob? You're going to say something.
yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. Tech is just so crazy nowadays. I mean, we've just been paying attention to AI and just all the. I mean, like you said, Dubai is like this epicenter where they're really pushing technology. I saw in an interview with Elon Musk recently, he was like, "Yeah, our whole shtick is that we just want to look like the future is here because." I was talking to my son, and he says we look like we're in 2015. So we want to make it look like the future is here.
I just saw
That's
an
like
article
marketing ploy.
this morning. Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos, we're going to have a space station where people can go, thousands of people, and then we're gonna colonize Mars. This is how by 2030 we're going to have the orbital relief Blue Horizon project. May be in a small step towards his dream of putting millions of people in space, because we have to have people in space in case we destroy the Earth. Like What are you even talking about? It's incredible. And going to Mars. Like, why would we go to Mars where we can't even breathe, where we could just build habitats here on Earth? If we destroy the Earth, at least we have air, and dirt and seeds.
What and George Carlin had a good bit about that, about Earth. Like Earth can, it can heal itself.
Yeah.
Like it's
Yeah.
for thousands of years. So it's like it could shake you off like a bad case of the fleas, is what he said.
Hey, let's
And I was
not
like,
skate over the AI question you just brought up. How did the conference go? Did anybody not show up?
it's funny. There's only one person that didn't show up, and her badge is downstairs on the thing, and I was about to text it to you. But somebody by the name of Kay Podgy, I don't know if you know who she is.
Yeah, we know who Kay Podgy is. She's an awesome Christian TikToker and YouTuber and Instagrammer. She has, I don't know how many followers she has, but she should have hundreds of thousands. But nobody has ever seen her in person. No one's ever seen her on a live. No one's ever spoken to her.
And
And
somebody even asked me about her today. Somebody that I know quite well was like, "Hey, I live in the same area, and I keep trying to connect with her, and I just can't get through to her." And
I
I'm
have her
like,
phone number. I've called her. I've texted
"I
her. But now she
exactly."
she she booked to be a speaker at TrutherCon via text.
Hmm.
So
And
if somebody is running, let's just crazy thought. She's AI. Someone's running her AI. They have a phone, right? A throwaway phone, whatever, and they can text you back. And they agreed to this, and they didn't pull it off. Or, they just stood you up or whatever. Is that a good person or a bad person? Because she's waking up a lot of people to God and flat Earth.
but what if she turns around?
Oh, there you go.
What if she's like, you know what? I just decided, like, I just found out that all this, like, it is a globe, and like, she started saying all this crazy stuff. I mean, people are like, there was a guy there that was just there to see Kay Podgy, and she said it on social media that she
that
would be there.
that's the reason I'm like, oh, I'm totally going now because she's coming. I agreed before that, but I was psyched when I saw that she was coming.
And that really upset. I mean, my wife is the one that found her because she followed her on social media, and she was so kind. She said, "Oh, I'm going to be speaking." That's how she worded it on social media. "I'll be speaking at
Wait,
TrutherCon with Gary
Kay
Wayne."
actually did a video. Kay,
Not a video. She posted
oh,
something
she posted.
like on X or on Facebook saying, "I will be speaking at TrutherCon 2025 with Gary Wayne and whoever had confirmed at that time."
So I've thrown it
And
out to a couple people, and they showed one video of Kay sitting in her chair with her green screen, her TikTok green screen behind her. And sometimes when you're on TikTok and it shows you, but the chair will glitch out. You'll see the chair for a second, it'll glitch out. That happened,
mhm.
and they're like, that's how you can tell she's real. Now, I think AI could do that. Like, hey, let's make a chair glitch in and out. I mean, I don't know, but that was like that's the best evidence that we have that she could be real. And I don't think it's evidence at all. It's just like, hey, that's some sneaky AI stuff there.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think the flat Earth movement's green screen track record has been the best as of late, especially considering the whole TFE
Yeah.
controversy and stuff. So I want to say, Kay Podgy, if you're watching this and you are real, we want to invite you on to Skiba News Nation.
I
We
want
would
to
love
be
Again,
wrong so bad. I love
because
her. I love her. I
we
hope I
we
am wrong.
had we had her book too, and she rescheduled on us and then never replied.
Whoa.
So we had an
Now,
interview set, and then she was like, "I'm sorry, you're gonna hate me for this." And I'm sorry, Kate. If you are real, I am so sorry.
no, don't
But
be. Listen, I hope I'm wrong. I mean, it's just a crazy, I'll put it as absolute crazy theory. But I want some evidence that she's real because with AI, Obama did a speech, his ISIS speech, and I called it a hologram. I saw a glitch. I went through it frame by frame. I broke it down. I'm like, this is a hologram. But I didn't even know what AI was back then. And
mhm.
we've seen the Pope disappear. We've seen Trump's hands go through each other. So they're using fake people on live video um all the time. So it ain't that crazy to think that.
Yeah, I mean, until she started, I don't know if we want to make this public, but what she was doing to you, that's when I was like, I don't want her I told my wife, I was like, she's I don't want her. Even if she comes, I'm going to tell her to
Now
leave
I want
because
to I'll say it. I share lots of her videos, and I got some YouTube strikes for sharing her content. Now some people do, and I always get when I share people's content, I share the credit. Like, hey, this is who it is. Go sign up to that channel. And so a lot of people will all of a sudden copyright or whatever their stuff, and then the computer just goes out and issues strikes to everybody. And it's happened to me before. I've reached out to people like, "Oh man, sorry, no, you're cool," and then they would undo them. And I figured that was the case, but I can't. She doesn't answer emails. She doesn't answer her phone. So she might not even know about it if she's real. Let's pray that she's real. Can we pray that she's real? We pray that she's real.
please
I
be
mean,
real.
I think it's so important that we're talking about this because we have these LLMs that are getting so good at regurgitating back exactly what you feed into them. And we've heard it from Elon just recently. We covered it in our Friday episode. Basically, everybody is going to give up their smartphone and we're just going to have personalized catered AI media consummate, media, whatever. And so, like, is that what we're headed to, where we basically all get our own personal K-Podgy if we're a conspiracy theorist, or we get our own, whatever, and it's just they feed us what they think we want, and then we think it's total organic.
So what we see and what we actually have access to is incredible. What they tell us is coming is even more incredible. But that's not the stuff that they have. This is the stuff that they're done with. They are so far advanced. They probably have AI that can walk down the street with you and you would think it's real, with like realistic hologram AI walking with you, that nobody would know that they're not real. Because Microsoft has hologram technology. I have a friend that was high up in Microsoft, and he was led into a secret room, and he watched these robots fighting each other. He's like, wow, that's amazing robotics. He walking around looking at it. It's like amazing. And then he realized it was just a hologram. He couldn't tell that it wasn't real. So who knows what they have? Who knows what they're going to do with Project Bluebeam? And, and if you don't think they could project a sun in the sky and fake a sun in the sky, you're not even thinking straight.
Well, and it's crazy because they can literally do concerts of dead celebrities. And as much as I want them to do an Elvis, because I'm a big Elvis fan, it's not the same, Like they're already doing it for entertainment purposes, but like what else can they do it for is the crazy part.
Yeah. So throwing it out there, somebody please prove me wrong. I pray that I'm wrong.
Let's do a three podcast. If she is real, let's talk with her.
I'm down. Okay, let's go. Let's promote your work. You're doing great stuff. Is that a prompt? Was that just a prompt, or did I say into a human?
Yeah, well, I think it is interesting if we were to entertain the idea that she is an AI, the content she talks about, it would be a mirror of the greater conspiracy world, right? It would just be regurgitating what they would view as conspiracy theorist. And what's interesting is we talked about the duality of things at the conference and how some things that might be meant for evil can actually turn out to actually help out the good, right? And I think it's interesting that if she is an AI, let's just theorize that she's putting out a lot of good content that's reflecting the wider conspiracy world as a whole, and it's waking a lot of people up, like you said.
And let's just say this is for entertainment purposes only, because
I'm entertained.
So you got to say that apparently now. So.
I guess so. It's a wacky theory, just a wacky theory. Hey, everybody, a quick message that I'd like to share with all of you. Our lives are filled with toxins in our air, food, and even in the information we're taught. Avoiding them all is impossible, but helping your body detox doesn't have to be complicated. That's where Masterpiece comes in. Just 5 drops under your tongue twice a day, and that's it. Super easy, super simple, and it doesn't even taste bad. I've tried countless supplements, and while generally I'm pretty healthy, I didn't really feel much of an effect. But with Masterpiece, it delivered noticeable benefits. Check out the podcast I did with Terry from Masterpiece, linked below this video, or you can find links directly to Masterpiece on my website, flatearthdave.com, or in the shopping section on the app. The key to health is to detoxify. Now back to the show. But you heard it
But
here
we
first on Skiba Nation.
No, Skiba Nation. Yeah, you heard it here first. I mean, just the fact that I could talk about it all day. I better
All
stop
right.
talking about
Wait, let's move
it.
on. Let's move on from this. This
So, okay, so back on the Truth or was there any speakers that kind of like surprised you or like that you like who was your favorite speaker?
I like excuse me. Founded Earth brother Michael, right? Mike
Josh Keefe.
no John. What's his brother's name? I get them confused because they're freaking twins.
I think
Michael,
his
he's Josh.
brother,
Michael's coming to the other one,
yeah,
to the
which I
International Youth
thought was so
Expo.
funny. I
Yeah.
thought that was so funny because Josh won't be there. And then I
He,
Facebook message or commented on Josh's post with him and me, and I said his brother commented, and I was like, "Hey, bro, why can't you come?
yeah.
Like we wanted the both brothers, you know?"
He his presentation was great. It went, it was biblical and scientific, back and forth, and I like that because I remember who I was, and I like that. It was just very, very well organized. It was a good one.
Yeah.
I will say, throwing into the conspiracy hat, we have only interviewed one of them at a time, and we only met one of them in person. So,
I know that they both exist, so
I've seen them both together, but that's just me.
oh man.
That's just
You
my
see,
testimony.
I love how just the conspiratorial nature can help us spiral in unhealthy ways and healthy ways. Like it's this mindset that we're always questioning that turns conspiracy theorists against each other, unfortunately. And I know, we had Austin Whitsitt there, and he bore the brunt of that after the TFE. Uh, that whole, half the community turned against Austin
And
just
me.
for trying to participate, and you for
Yeah.
standing up with them too.
Yeah.
Man, I mean, maybe you could comment on that. Like, how do we, how do
You-
we?
you- Here's the thing. I'm the only one that knows 100% for sure what I'm saying is true. Not even you guys, not even my wife can know as well as I do. TFE was targeted and designed for me. Before it was even announced, there was this guy emailing me, very proper formula, but hey, this flat earth thing is interesting. I'm looking into it, and asked me a few questions back and forth. Then he says, my pastor or a pastor, he really thinks the earth is a globe, and he says he has proof. Would you be willing to debate him? And I was like, well, I don't really like doing debates. I said, but I'd have him a conversation. And at that time, I was doing a show with Jaron on 160,000 subs. And I said, if you come on, we'll have a conversation. It'll be great. And I figured, we'll schedule it. He goes, well, we have to do it by January 17th or whatever it was. And this was months before. I forget exactly what it was. And I said, well, you know what? I was in Mexico. I said, I'm not available then. I said, but I got someone even better than me, Austin Whitsitt. Because guess what? Austin is better than me at debating. And I was like, how about that? He's like, okay, that's great. And this is backing up. The guy says, let me connect you with him. So Duffy calls me, he goes to my voicemail. I call Duffy back. William Duffy, first time I've ever heard this name. And he tells me a thing. I turn him on to Austin. He says, okay. And I pawn him off on Austin. And then I went kite surfing and I forgot about the whole thing. That was it. I was done. I'm out of it. I don't even think I watched the debate. So then TFE is announced, right? So they tried to get me to debate him beforehand. And they said, oh, Pastor Duffy has 5 proofs. It has 6, but he's only going to present 5 of them because the 6th one would be the final experiments, right? So they're literally teeing this thing up. Then they announced the final experiment. I'm like, what is this nonsense? And he's like, well, you have to wait a month. And I said, I'm not waiting. I'm not interested. Count me out. And so then they come out, they said, the flat earthers have voted and Dave Weiss wins by 85% as he's the one that should go to Antarctica. This was designed for me to go, to take down the AE map, take down my app because it's waking up too many people. And I said, I'm not going. They tried for months, everything, every influencer in my life. They're literally trying everything to bait me into going. And I said, I'm not going. And I said, nobody should go. Right. But then Jaron and Austin are like, you know what? If we don't go, some other idiot's going to go and we're going to have to deal with that. What if we just go and do an observation? I was kind of like, all right, you go, report what you see. What's wrong with that? I said, but this is a deception. I go, one thing, I don't know what they're going to do, but one thing they're not going to do is let you see the sunset. Right. So do you guys believe in Project Bluebeam?
Familiar with the
Yeah, they're gonna put cities in the sky, whatever. So if they can do that, you think they could put a plasma ball in the sky that looks like the sun? I think that's way easier. It's so bright you can't look at it. Microsoft has that technology, admitted that they can put holograms, plasma balls, they said, into thin air without a screen. But in Antarctica, if the dome is as we see it, there is plasma up there at a very low altitude. Maybe they can project into it and create this circling sun. That's my theory. I have no proof of it, some evidence, but it's my theory. The other one is Steve Faulkner said that there could be a parabolic situation at a certain latitude where you do see a sun go around. Very good, another theory. But Austin went. He's convinced he saw the actual sun circle around, but it didn't wave him off of flat Earth. It waved him on his understanding of the sky. The sky is God's heavens right above us. It's not the earth. I'm not a sky earther. I'm a flat earther. And so because we can't explain something, I don't know what the moon is. I don't know how far it is. I don't know what the sun is. I don't know how far it is. I don't know what stars are. I don't know how far they are. I have my theories, right? But Globers, they know everything. Oh, the sun is 93 million miles away. It's made of helium and hydrogen. It holds on to friggin' Pluto, but it can't hold on to our moon. It's just pseudoscience nonsense. So Austin didn't flip. Something happened to Jaron. I don't know what it was. I don't think they paid him off. Everyone else thinks he got paid off. But because I said I don't think he got paid off, I'm defending Jaron. No, I'm not. I think they got him spiritually. I think they got him some other way. I don't know. I'm just speculating. So something happened to Jaron. All I say is it's not organic. It's not organic. And so then these flat earthers that were like, there's no way there's a circling sun. Therefore, they must have been in an Amazon studio. I'm like, that's the dumbest crap ever. That's crazy. Right. And I was like, I was supposed to go. How would they have convinced me to do that? How would they have convinced me to do that? And I'm like, so I know that they went. Even Austin says they're definitely in Antarctica. He couldn't tell you where, but they flew from Chile over the water. Then there was ice, and then they landed. So he is in Antarctica somewhere. He said he couldn't tell you where. That's honest. So what did they do? The sky was overcast for 3 months before they got there. Not a day of sunlight. The day they got there, it's sunny. Strike one. TFE, that glacier camp would allegedly, you have to book it 2 years in advance. At the ends of the season, it's a little cheaper. Sometimes there's availability, but the center of the season when they went, that's when you have to book it 2 or 3 years in advance. They get there, they're the only ones there. There's 50, 100 empty tents. They're just them. Strike two. Right? Duffy was confident that it would be sunny. How would he know that it's going to be sunny? And then there was some other sketchy stuff. Duffy, I'm the one that exposed that Duffy had major financial crimes, right? Where he had 7 counts against him. He's paid $1 million in fines already. He has another $1 million in multiple offenses, along with jail time. And all he cares about is settling the debate. And then also, I pointed out that Duffy said that he just found about flat Earth about 3 years ago, but he was Bob Enyard's radio producer 10 years earlier, and Bob's entire show was about debunking flat Earth. Liar again. How many strikes do you need? That's 4. That's out. He's out. So
he has been out.
Yeah. So, and again, there was a whole bunch of things like no footprints. I'm like, that's packed ice. You're not going to see a footprint, right? The drone is beeping like because there's a green screen. I'm like, no, the drone is beeping because McToon is standing 5 feet from it, right? The shadows are angled, and I'm like, that one's interesting. So I had my wife go outside, same time of day, where the sun is there 40 degrees off the horizon or whatever it was, and she walked across, and I walked across, and the shadows did the same thing. I'm like, that's just perspective. I'm defending TFE. So they all turned on me. I don't know why. Is it low intelligence? Is it ego? Is it spiritual forces? I don't know. But I was just trying to stop people from making dumb arguments.
Yeah, I mean, I think the line in the sand that was being drawn is the difference between a rational conspiracy theorist
Yeah.
and an irrational conspiracy theorist. And don't be, people watching this are like, "What's the difference?" No, there's actual proofs and scientific method that goes behind being a rational conspiracy theorist, so to
Yeah.
speak. I don't know if there's a better term for that. Maybe you've coined one, but
Let me, I call it a conspiracy analyst, but, I don't know what the term for what you're saying is. But here's the other thing. They came up with that I'm a liar on how I met Duffy. And this is how the story I've always told about meeting Duffy was I went to the Greg Locke, Dean Odle debate in Tennessee. Were either of you there? I don't think so.
no,
No, I think we
we were
watched the live
covering it
stream.
online.
There was like
Yeah.
3,000 people there, 1,000 flat earthers there. And at the either before or after we're in the hotel lobby, there's hundreds and 1,000 people there, right? And everyone's coming up to me. I'm pretty popular in the flat earth community. And they're just, this guy comes up to me, he goes, "Hey Dave, big fan, can I get a picture with you?" I'm like, "Sure, what's your name?" He's like, "Oh, my name's Will." I'm like, and he takes a picture like this, pointing at me. And I go, "Do I know you? Do you have a channel?" He goes, "No, but you will soon." And he left. And that's it. That's all they ever got. So the flat earthers, not the trolls, the flat earthers are using that picture saying that I've been working with him for years. And then Duffy tells the story that he met me in a restaurant. So now they think I had a big meeting, like a mafia boss meeting with him and other people. No, no. After the debate, we all went to a local bar restaurant, mobbed the place. Hundreds and hundreds of flat earthers in there. I couldn't even eat my burger because so many people were coming up like, "Hey, Dave, good to meet you. Good to meet you." I don't remember meeting Duffy there. I might have, but I don't think I did. But I don't remember 98% of the people that I met there because they were just like, "Hey, I'm John, I'm Sally, I'm Mary," right? And so they think that like people are just jumping to conclusions because they have a belief. Like if you have a solid belief, there's nothing anyone can say that you'll just make up things to support that belief. So sorry for that long rant, but it's crazy what's going on with people. And I wish people would just really take time and look and analyze things and understand.
Well, I'm actually glad you brought all that up because my dad, he used to have conversations with Jaron all the time, like on the phone, like hours and hours. Like he loved Jaron.
Yeah.
And I know this would have, yeah, he would have stood up for him and he would have,
I
you
wasn't
know,
even standing up for Jaron. I like when
well,
Jaron, I was trying to talk to Jaron because Jaron said before he went, sorry to interrupt, before he went, he says, "If I see the sun circling around, I'm going to say that leans to a globe." And I'm like, "No, Darren." And I tried to get him on the phone for months before he wouldn't answer the phone anymore. He would never talk to me. He'd only text. And I'm like, that's weird, right? So something happened before he went. Something, I'll call it spiritual or unorganic. Something happened to him.
I was trying to get Witsit on the show right after they got back, and I know he was doing a million different shows, but the only person that I could reach out to apparently was Jaron, and he still felt the way that he felt before he went. So I don't know if there was like I don't know what happened. I'm
So the last
twice
thing I'll say
removed
about
from the
him, because I
situation.
don't even talk about him. He talks about me every show because the more times he talks about me, the more people watch his show. I don't even know if he has a show still, but he said to me, Lowry, and numerous other people, he goes, we're like, what if they threaten you and this and that? We're throwing out all the scenarios. And he goes, if I come back and say McToon and Fight the Fat Shirt and, McKeegan and Simon Dan are cool guys and the moon landing's real, know that I've been compromised. Well, he's doing all of their shows. They're all his best buddies. And he says that the moon landing's real. So is that him crying out for help the best that he can? Maybe he's really under some spiritual attack because what he's doing makes no sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know about the whole Alex Jones and Eddie Bravo thing where they were live doing, I think it was on Joe Rogan, and Alex Jones was like, "I will personally fund for you to go to Antarctica,"
Yeah,
to Eddie Bravo.
that was my interview. After my interview with him, the first interview I did, Alex, which was via Zoom. Um, he's like, he was obsessed with Antarctica. With going to Antarctica, and I have people in his office that I am friendly with that were telling me like he's really trying to go to Antarctica and he's having us do all of this stuff. And then all of a sudden, he dropped it. And everyone's talking flat Earth. He calls everyone into a room, has them wait for him. He finally comes in. He goes, if anyone brings up flat Earth again, you're fired. And he walks out.
It's like the one thing you won't believe. Why is that? You know, it's
I think that when people say Alex Jones is controlled, I will agree. He's controlled. People say that he's Bill Hicks. I have an issue with the height thing, but I was really never stood next to both of them, so I don't know. I'm not going to say that he was or he wasn't, but there's a lot of evidence that he was, especially his friends and his looks and the disappearance and the times, everything. But that's a whole nother thing. I can envision Alex has his empire, right? He's making all this money, and they're like, hey, if you talk about that beachy school in Connecticut or flat Earth anymore, all of these sponsors are going to leave, and you're going to be a nobody, and we're going to deplatform you. So now somebody like that would have to go, if I don't talk about it, I can still do all of this other stuff, right? And so maybe he made that decision. Maybe spiritually something happened. I don't know. I don't give Alex Jones a lot of weight, but I will give Alex Jones credit as he woke me up.
yeah.
Early time
Same.
Alex Jones shows woke me up. So God bless Alex Jones.
Yep. That's exactly how I feel about him too. But when me and Jake first met Eddie Bravo, I know, and this is on a smaller scale, I'm sure, than what Alex gets, but when we first met Eddie Bravo, there was freaks that were, or I call them freaks, but there were these people that were coming up to him saying that they had the inside scoop about the CIA and all this stuff. And like, you could tell that they were full of BS. They were full of it, and they were getting in his face. Eddie had maybe one too much to drink, and Sam was there trying to get him in the car, Sam Tripoli. And so I had to like back up this, like I had to get in between Eddie and this guy because it was just a crazy situation. But if it happens to people like Eddie on a small scale, imagine what happens to Alex every time he goes out, right?
It's
Like I'm sure
crazy.
it's
Yeah.
like that times 1,000.
It's I don't like to call anyone, paid agents. I think when I say whether you're paid or possessed, there's no difference. I think people are possessed, for lack of a better word,
Yeah,
spiritual influences, right?
right,
Spiritual influences, and when you're in a low vibration of fear, when you're not connected to God, when you're, you know, literally fear, false evidence appearing real. That's the only thing that opens you up to spiritual attacks or negative spiritual attacks. Raise yourself up, then you get positive spiritual influences, right? You feel the Holy Spirit. That's a good day. But if you're down in
right,
fear, you get these demonic forces, and they could take over if you allow them.
Yeah, it's
right.
I think it's tied to just like the same reason it was hard for Rob to make the full jump over to saying, "Look, I'm actually looking into this," because when somebody builds their career on truth and exposing lies, then they're super careful about their public presentation of who they are. And so to tack on the title Flat Earth is a big deal for somebody like Alex Jones because say he's wrong, then he, in his own eyes, he's probably discrediting himself. So it makes sense why he's so against it. And I know a lot of very wise people that won't touch flat Earth with a 10-foot pole just because they're concerned about the optics of it. And I do think that was the blessing during the 2017, 2018, where so many people were coming to investigate, going to the first FEICs and stuff, is if you had enough of a love for the truth to see that little flicker in the dark of question the earth, question cosmology, and you were willing to show up and just hear people out, the connections that were formed and the things that you learned at conferences like that, I mean, it's really was the gift of having a love for the truth. And if you're willing to be looked at as crazy, then sometimes you just happen to stumble upon something extremely valuable,
What
extremely precious.
One of my FIC moments, one of the first FEIC, Flat Earth International Conference moments, was at the end. Someone said, "Hey, we got to get a picture with all of the known people, right?" So big group. Your dad's there, Jeremiah, Bob, Jaron, everybody, myself, Karen B. Just like there was like Mark Sargent, there was maybe 20 of us, and someone goes, "We need a flat Earth hand signal." Right? What would a flat Earth hand signal be? Would it be this? Would it be this? No, it would be this. And like 5 people, including your dad, goes, how about this? And we're like, yeah. And we all went like that. And then all of the trolls like, that's our Freemasonic symbol, right?
I know it's so stupid. I
It's
still get
it's
those all the
it's
time.
so
People are like,
crazy.
"He's a
It's
Freemason." This is the best one that my dad is still alive. Okay, and
I've
it's
heard,
like
I've
as
seen
much
that.
as I would love that. I would love for him to still be alive, but I know he's gone.
Yeah.
Same with my mom. Nobody said that about my mom, or I probably would probably fight him. But yeah, I that's
Who was it that said that, Jeremiah? That he's a super massive flat Earth
oh
TikToker,
yeah,
and maybe he watches Dave's
RV,
show, and you can call him
RV.
out
You
right
talking about
here.
RV?
Oh my
he's the guy that
gosh!
goes, what is this? He has a video of
Oh,
Elvis that I made fun of.
it's the fittest flat earther guy. What's his name?
Is he a flat earther?
Yeah, well,
No,
I mean, he
he's the
claims
flat,
it, but
the one that's saying this person's
Oh
that
yeah,
person,
yeah,
this
yeah,
person's
yeah.
that person. It's
Yeah, yeah.
I can't even remember his name because I've just totally forgotten about him. Fittest flat earther. It's not Ryan.
I don't even think I told Jake about this, but I commented on one of his videos and I said, if you're man, I said, hey, we would love to have you on the show, but I bet you're not man enough to come on our show. No
Oh.
reply.
I mean, he's literally claiming Rob faked his death and is
For
off
what?
somewhere on a beach, just like Elvis. It's
Yeah, with El, I mean, he's in good company. That's how I see it. Like he's in good company with Elvis and with
Also, you're
Kurt
admitting that he
Cobain.
faked his death. So now you're admitting it.
No, I mean,
They're going to take that clip right there and like,
of course they
Jeremiah,
are.
listen to what Jeremiah said.
They already think I'm a
with good
Freemason
company.
and I'm
Therefore,
not.
yeah, I know it's incredible.
It's
What's the hell's that
amazing. You
guy? I'm
can.
trying to remember his friggin' name. The fittest flat earther.
Oh, it's douchebag.
Oh,
Something.
that's it. That's it. It's douchebag.
But I mean, it's the truth. It's like I don't know why people they make conspiracy theorists, quote unquote, conspiracy theorists look bad. And I
Yeah.
think that they're psyops. They are made to be that, or
Here's
they're
the
mentally
I
ill.
think that normal people are conspiracy theorists. We're
Yep.
conspiracy analysts because we look at them and look at the evidence. You want to know the biggest sandwich, the biggest conspiracy theory about September 11th was that
What?
2 planes knocked down 3 buildings, actually 7 buildings, if you know the whole story. But the official story has no evidence, is completely impossible. It's the dumbest conspiracy theory ever. Any
Yep.
other alternative story is way more probable. We know what didn't happen for sure, but the official story is conspiracy theory.
Well, and then they say if you don't believe the official story that you're not patriotic, that you
It's
don't
Tyler.
like
Fittest
this
letter is
country.
Tyler. That's his name. Tyler.
Oh yeah.
I think.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
Tyler,
Yeah.
if you're watching and you're man
Oh,
enough
he'll be
to
watching.
come
He
on our
watches
show,
all my stuff.
great. Well, I would love to have him on, and I would love to prove him wrong because I can 5 different ways. So
Okay.
bring
Interesting.
it on. Let's put money on it, and I'll prove it.
Uh, go for it. There you go. All right.
yeah.
Anything else? We
Oh man, this is going to end up with Jeremiah literally going out to the gravesite. This is
No,
it's
no,
serious. I mean,
I can prove it other
can we
ways.
dig
I
them
mean,
up? Can we dig them up?
I don't think we'll go that far.
If you
I
say
don't think we
no,
need
that's
to.
because it's not. Oh, see, that you're hiding something. You're hiding something.
Well,
If you're unwilling to
I
dig him up, then that means he's not in there. See, this is
I have
how
his I have
crazy.
his death
people think.
certificate.
Oh, well, you can't fake one.
I mean,
Death
I have
certificate. Now make it
44
that.
of them.
You have four. I can make 45 of them. Right? I don't. I don't understand. Like, I don't understand certificates. Like people like we want their plane boarding passes. You don't think they can fake a boarding pass? You know that they went to Antarctica if they didn't go. You know
Yeah.
those guys think that they're in a studio. They could fake all the footage and everything, but they couldn't fake a piece of paper.
Right.
I had some friends that came through one of our festivals, and they were one of the off-grid type people, and they had a funeral home in Nebraska declare their whole family dead at sea. So, I mean, people do it
Well,
apparently.
yeah,
But
they do it for insurance purposes, I guess. I mean, that would be the
yeah.
only motivation that I could see somebody faking their death. And
I'll tell you a story, and I won't tell you who. We'll just call it a friend of mine. You know, whether that said that he was dead, so you can say he faked his death, and he's never been called for jury duty ever.
I want to be called for jury duty
Oh, you
because
do?
I've never been called ever, and I'm
Oh,
offended
yeah.
because I've never been called for jury duty.
Well, there you go.
I want to be jury duty for like a murder case because I'm a true crime buff.
I,
But like I want to be that one juror
I
that's
kind of
like,
want to be called so I can go up there and they ask me a question. I'll have a big flat Earth shirt on, a flat Earth.
yeah, right?
I'm just like, yeah, Earth is flat. What do you, like whatever it is.
Free promo.
He looks guilty to me.
Yeah. Free promo, man. Free promo. That's all it is.
That would be a perfect juror like litmus test question because they ask the two attorneys will ask you to see if they want you on their docket or whatever. They'll be like, "Do you believe in the moon landing?" And you'll be like, "I'm the perfect guy for the job." You want me?
You
Oh
just don't
man.
even answer the question. You just say, I'm perfect for this jury.
I mean, have you heard the news that they're kicking the lunar missions down the road another couple years to 2027 now? And
Yeah, but in
there's
2027, we're all going to be proven wrong. 2027,
oh
then
man,
3 years later, they're going to have millions of people in space, according to Elon.
they're scrambling to give Jeff Bezos the private contract to make sure it happens.
I mean,
It's
just to be clear, if that dude is watching, that when I do my hand thing, it's because of my camera, and that's the hand signal to make it stop. So I'm not making any hand
What's the hand
gestures.
signal?
You just put your hand up in the air.
I mean, to stop to focus the camera.
Well, it'll follow me. Watch if I can get it right, and it'll follow my face. Hold on. It's kind of cool, but it's
Oh, there
kind
it
of
goes. It
weird.
moved. I see that.
So
Yeah.
sometimes it's annoying, so I just turn it off like this, and it's off.
Oh, nice.
So I just wanted him to know that it's on record.
You know what?
Because I know,
You ever see on Zoom, like I used to be, if I go like this, like balloons will go up. You ever see that?
yeah, with Ellie
They
Marzulli did
yeah,
that.
I did that. I did that, or LA did that. I don't,
I think we've had two people do it. I
yeah.
think you did
So
it
yeah,
so
and
we've
Ellie did.
I turned it off. I don't even know how to turn it on. But it would do that. Somebody should make it so when you make the OK symbol, like Freemason compasses pop out.
your your eyes will like swap to serpentine slits
Wouldn't that be
right whenever you
funny?
make the sim.
That if somebody could
That would be
program that,
awesome.
that would be
Oh man.
hysterical. Or just the thing comes out, Freemason, Freemason.
Well, it's like I have Italian blood. We speak with our hands, so it's like for the shows, I'm always having to have my hands down here because I know somebody's gonna cut it.
Yeah.
Because there's another dude that said that I was an Illuminati, and it's like I wouldn't know the first thing. I'm too
About 10
dumb.
years ago, I was having a discussion on a show about these signs. And I said, "Oh, you mean this?" And I did the 666, the okay around my eye. Like we're talking about celebrities that cover their eyes. Uh, they still use that as proof that I'm a Freemason. I'm like, how about show the video when I did that? Like, show what I was actually doing. I was making fun of the symbols.
I don't know why my mom didn't stop me from doing this to my book, but if you notice, half of the face is mine, so somebody could interpret that as what you will, right? And I wish my mom was like, "Hey, that's not a good idea," but she didn't. And I was like, "Oh,
All
thanks,
right.
mom."
Um,
Yeah, I
good.
had a joke about the Illuminati. Somebody called me Illuminati as well, and I was like, I don't want to be an Illuminati. I want to be an Illumagoody.
That's funny. Don't quit your day job.
I
So,
know, I
Dave,
know.
Dave, how do we become a part of your Flat Earth app? Because I thought it was so cool. My phone wiped everything. I mean, you saw it. You helped me log in and everything.
You had a big pop up on there. As a matter of fact, I just took your thing down. It was in the shopping section, so you're
Yeah.
there. We can look at when you guys come up with like a good flat Earth video interview or something. Send it to me, and then we'll feature it and we'll get it in there.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Is
If
there like
I
a referral?
What's that?
Do you still do referrals?
I still do referrals. What's your referral code? Do you know?
Well, I don't know if I have one.
So
Do you have to program it?
if you go in the app and you go to, I'll show you right there. You go to the friend finder, which is the handshake, and then you press this button right here. Yours will look different. Um, this is the referral levels, and I have 199 referrals. And you just put in, you could put in Skiba, whatever you want, something easy to remember. There'll be a random number there. Click the pencil, change it to something 7 characters or less, and then tell people to use that code when they download the app.
Yeah, we'll definitely do that, but I'll have to do that after the show so we can put it down there. But I think this is like the coolest app.
Skiba. Do Skiba. So that your code will be Skiba.
Yeah, once you should excuse my cat licking himself, but the app is so cool. Like I remember Jake showing me first a long time ago, but it's just so not like there's so much that you could learn from this app, and I think that it's
My
you're
my
doing a great
favorite
job.
thing, my favorite thing on the app right now is if you go to the this button right here, which is the flashcards. So you go to the
Okay.
flashcards and you
Okay.
hit start, and then these
Start.
flashcards, and I could swipe from card to card. Oops. And if you notice on the top, see this icon showed up. If that icon shows up, you can click it and it'll take you to a video about that card. But here's the thing: when you have a friend that's like, "Oh, there's no proof of flat Earth," you send them a card every day when they're having their breakfast or whatever. You send them a card. Now, it's not like sending them a video; they're just going to delete it. It's not like sending them an article; they're just not going to read it. They look at this; it's a meme. You have to read it, okay? And you send them one every day until they cave.
That is the greatest troll of a troll. Like
Yeah.
you got to battle these trolls sometimes.
Right. And if anyone comes across a card that doesn't have a thing and they're like, there's a great video about this, send it to me. Say, hey, card number 23, here's a video link for it, and I'll link it so then it'll have an info button. So we've been adding all sorts of stuff on here. And I think it's an amazing section just to train yourself, teach others. You can just go, you can hit the shuffle button and it'll just jump to a random card. And I just say learn one fact every day, and you'll be a smarter flat earther.
Yeah, I just wanted to take time to thank you for walking me through it because I was having trouble the first time I had it, and then yeah, it's awesome. I haven't been able to put
Listen,
it down.
there are some little glitches, but we're fixing them and more over time. All the money that goes into the app goes right into the app. All the money I make off the app goes right back into the app. So the app is a very expensive process to run, but I do it for the love of teaching people to teach you, and so you can teach others. But a lot of people like, hey, these buttons, I don't know what they do. So you just like if I say what does this button do? If I long press it, boom, it tells you what the button does. So if you hold down
Oh,
a button, and guess here's the thing, everyone should know this because when you set up the app, there's a pop up that says, "Hey, if you long press the buttons, it'll tell you what it does." But everyone just clicks it. There's like, "Oh, pop up, pop up." Nobody likes reading pop ups. So if you
yeah.
long press a button, it'll tell you what it does.
See, Dave, you got to make the pop up a meme and they'll sit and read it.
Damn right. That's right. That's right. So again, I'm a one man shop. No one's ever told me what to do. No one's ever really helped me. I just do everything I can myself. And I'm looking forward to the day where I can actually hire people. Here's a call out. I need somebody to make me 30-second app ads. And the app of ad that
I could do that.
is one or two or three flat earth boosts. Boom, boom, boom. And then a call out to the app like, hey, find your soulmate, find your tribe, and then show the friend finder, or teach other people and show them the cards or whatever. Just show them one of the features. Just like these short ads. I just need these short ads. And if somebody can do that and it actually works, that's going to help me generate more app sales. Okay. And I don't do this for the money, and then I could pay you. Right. That's what I'm looking for. And then, here's the thing. Every job I've ever had was never listed in a newspaper, listed on LinkedIn, was never, they never put out a job wanted. I went to companies and said, I'm going to work for you. They go, we're not hiring. And I go, that's okay. I'm going to work for you for free. And if I make you money, you can pay me. They're like, okay. And I end up rising right to the top of the company every single time. Right. So you can create anything for yourself if you just put your mind to it. Right.
That's
All the
true.
crappy jobs are listed. If all the jobs that are listed, they're all crappy jobs. Right. If you want to get a job, you have to create that job or have somebody that like, hey, I got this person, referrals and stuff. But there's a lot of help that I can use. I look forward to the day where I have 20 people helping me run this app. and they're all doing it full time. I'm looking forward to that day, but I don't need people to like, hey, Dave, here's my resume. I need people to step up to the plate and prove to me that they can bring value without me having to tell them what to do. I don't want to tell anybody what to do.
Right.
Just need people to do it and prove it to me. Teach me something. Show me that you can do it. And there are people out there, they just, you got to just get off your butt. Like when I made this app myself, and guess what? I didn't know how to make an app. I made an app before,
Yeah.
but I still didn't know how to make an app. I have people that, I hire people. I use Fiverr. I literally use Fiverr.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fiverr's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
And like the guy that makes our TikToks, he sent me an email and he was like, "Hey, do you like this?" And I was like, I love it." And so he started creating me TikToks, and there's a lot of good ones to view on there, and you're more than welcome to use any of those.
I I
But pe
I
people
share
like
stuff all
him.
the time. I don't like. I need someone to say, "Hey, Dave, your social media is a mess. I can make all these TikToks for you. I'll do this. But you have to do it. You have to. Don't say, okay, now what do you want me to do? I don't have time to tell you what to do. I don't have time. Right? Figure it out. Figure it out. Like pretend that you're me, and when you need somebody to help you,
Right.
they do. Figure it out and just do it. Don't even ask. Just do it. Present it, and I'm like, wow, that's amazing. That's how
Just,
people get.
just allow me to tag you in it because that's my
You
only
can
problem.
always.
Because I
How do I allow you to tag
I don't know. It's like it won't let me do it.
on what platform?
I think it's on X. Uh,
Are you
no,
following
no,
me?
no.
Am I following you?
I think I don't know if we're following each other.
Text me your a link from your X account, and I'll follow you, and then you can tag me.
Okay, it
My,
might be
my
Facebook as well,
then
but we'll
just
we'll figure it
help.
out.
Just say follow me here so I can tag you. I I don't have time to go find you. I don't know how to go find you. All right. I don't.
I'm the
It's
same way.
yeah, yeah. Just make it easy. Make it easy for the person that you want to do something for you, and then they'll do it.
Right.
Right. People are like, how can I
Awesome,
get
man.
my book on there? You know what people do? They send me their book. They say, here's my book. Here's the link. It's awesome. Please read it. If you like it, put it on the app. I'm like, bam, it's on the app. Right. And it's like, I don't have time to go find these people. But eventually I want somebody that's managing all the books, managing all of the shops, and stuff. There's so many good, clothing, flat earth clothing stuff out there. I'm
Oh
going to make
man.
a separate page for flat earth clothing, but because somebody, and then I could just put everybody on there. So it'll just be like a place to go to find everyone's clothing.
I do have a couple cool designs in our shop, so I can send you those too.
Don't just send me that. I don't need that. I want to put your shop on the app if it's
Okay.
stuff, but that's on the list of things coming. Right now, I'm working on a web version of the app that you can use on your computer or any phone that has a web browser.
Awesome. And so people can just find your app by searching the Flat Earth app on.
FlatEarthDave.com. Just the link is there. It's the best way to get it. On Apple, you just type in Flat Earth. It's not. It's the first hit. There's an ad. Then it is. Just remember it's by Blue Water Bay. There's knockoffs on Google Play. Blue Water Bay. But if you forget all that, just FlatEarthDave.com. Link right at the top.
Because the first interview we did with you, we didn't really touch on the app a lot, and pe people were really wanting to know about it. So I made sure that I
Right.
asked you a lot about it
Yeah.
today.
So the app has so many. One of my favorite things on here, like when I'm on TikTok, right? I can I'll pull up this, and someone's like, "Well, what about the sun under clouds?" So I'll just type in "sun under." Oh, there it is, and I have all these pictures. I was like, "Oh, this is the one I want to show them," and then I'll literally send it to myself, and then I'll add it to the TikTok. There's everything. Someone goes, "Well, what about flight routes?" And I could just type in Southern. Boom. Here are all the Southern flight routes. And you can just show people this. And you could send it. I could select up to 5 images and then say send. And I could send them to anybody. I'll just send them to thought you'd be here. There you are, Jeremiah. And send. Now you've got 5 random flight routes coming in on your phone right now.
Awesome.
Yeah, and there's thousands of pictures in there with everything. You could type in horizon, you could type in anything you're looking for, you can find. You get them?
Awesome.
Did they show up?
Uh, yes, I did. I just got them.
There you go.
Boom. I don't want to give away too much. Boom. I did get him.
Yeah, I love the path of least resistance mindset because I mean, really, that's why you kind of need a team of people around you to kind of make the business side of things and the marketing go way smoother.
I need somebody that will take care of everything that I don't have to tell them to do. There's probably things that I don't even know that they should do. There's probably people that are better at social media than me. Like, hey, Dave, I need to do this for you. Let me show you an example. Bam. I'm like, whoa, that really worked. Hey, that showed a result. Let's go farther. Right. And there's plenty of people out there. This is the first show I'm kind of saying this on. People will reach out after seeing this, but don't reach out asking me questions. Prove yourself to me. I don't know who you are. I don't know what you can do. Show me something that will get my attention. That's all I say. And it could be something completely that I'm not even talking about. Show me something that'll get your attention. You know, and it's like, whoa, that's really good. Let's take that to the next step.
Yeah, I mean, for anybody watching right now, technology has gotten to such a point with TikTok and CapCut and stuff that if you want to help channels like Dave's or Skiba News Nation, just make a clip, make a 30-second to 1 minute short cut of something you think is valuable and share it. And that's literally one of the best, easiest, free ways that you can help put out content that you like and help Dave out by getting some of these snippets of really important conversations and getting them out there.
Yep. I just started doing TikTok lives and I've done 3 short ones over the weekend. And I had a couple of like 20-year-old something, 20, like 25-year-old. And it came on like, oh, Earth is definitely a globe, but and I was like, all right, what's your best globe proof? And proof after proof, I just kept dismantling. And the guy's like, whoa. He's like, whoa. And at the end, he's like, now you got me thinking. And so it was so fun to do. I'm literally trying to figure out how to download those and make clips out of them. It's gonna be good.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So again, what do flat earthers all like? We all like waking up other people. I'm
Yep.
giving you a great tool to help wake up other people, help educate yourself. And that's the purpose of this. Everyone's like, oh, he's doing it for the money. You know what? You should all hope that I make $10 billion next year. Okay. $10 billion. That would just be a billion people buy the app and I make $10 billion. Okay. They
Yeah.
all subscribe. Right. Everyone should pray that happens because then we win. We win. And by the way, all the money will be worthless because all the governments will collapse, money will collapse, and it won't be worth anything. Okay. That's
Yeah.
my goal, is to make all money just worthless.
Yeah, well, I know that I'd rather support something that I know than something that I don't know where it's going. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So at least for me, so I like the fact that, it's going towards a good purpose, and I'm sure a lot of our audience
Yeah,
feels the same way.
they call me a grifter because I charge $3 to have the app forever. I charge $11 a year if you want the higher functions that actually cost me a couple dollars a year per user. When they're
Yeah,
these higher functions, but it's like you're not donating $11 to me. You're investing in something that's going to help you wake up other people. Right? People spend
right.
a lot more money on other crap. I'm not spending $11 on that. Who wants a round of shot of tequilas? Okay, that'll be $87. No problem paying that for a round of tequila shots. But
Right.
it, this world is a funny place. You got to
I
laugh.
know. And YouTube too. People think we make so much money, but everything gets demonetized now. It's like we don't make any money on YouTube. We should be, but
I'd
we
make
don't.
$0 on YouTube. It's completely demonetized. You know what I did make a little money on was X. Like all of a sudden, I had a couple of videos that got like millions and millions of views. I made like $500. Like I was like, how did that happen? I didn't even know I was monetized. It was
That,
crazy.
that's awesome. Yeah, Facebook did that to me recently. It's all these cool ways that we can now, fund what we love. And I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think because not that I don't care about money. We all have to care about it in this stupid world we live in, but that's not my motivator. It's the bottom of my motivation. It's not even a motivator at all. It's just a byproduct of doing what I love and helping people connect to their true power.
Right.
All right, with that, let's wrap it up.
All right, man. Well, I can't wait for you to be at TrutherCon 2026 already. We already got Dave on the thing because nobody's gonna prove him wrong. I mean,
And
let's be real.
Right. And coming up, if we go to the shopping section right here, we have the International Truth Expo, which is this coming weekend. I don't know when you're going to put this out, hopefully soon. October 7th, 8th, and 9th. And then after that, at Puerto Vallarta, Mexico, I'll be at Anarchapulco. They just listed the site, anarchapulco.com, or you can just click it there or find it on my website. And it's going to be a 5-day amazing conference. So if you're looking for a vacation this winter, Anarchapulco.
Yeah, I always hear you talk about that one. I'm gonna have to go to that
You
one.
should go, dude. You'll make so many connections there. You'll have so many people to interview. There's so many awake, aware, wonderful people. And you're in Mexico in February. What's better than that? Well, you're in Texas. It's warm in February.
Yeah, we're kind of close. Yeah. I
Okay.
mean, it does get cold in Dallas, but yeah.
Okay.
Anyways, it's been an honor having you on Skiba News Nation. And I'm honored to call you my friend, and I'm honored you came on the show, and I can't wait to talk to you again. I mean, we text
All
all
right.
the time, so
All right, man.
but
Thanks.
Yeah.
Peace.
Great
thank
talking to
you.
you, Dave.
All right. See ya.
Later.
Also, by the way, we're just about to announce everything for Anarchapulco in Puerto Vallarta. It's going to be February 16th to the 20th. I'm actually going to make this the best Anarchapulco ever. In every way. You'll see. We haven't announced anything yet. Once you start to hear about it, you're going to be like, I have to be there, basically. We moved from Acapulco for our first time. I'm going to pull out all the stops. I'm going to lose more money I've ever lost on Acapulco this year. Probably. Unless people come, which is possible. But you never know. It is easier now. But anyway, so you can actually get the pre-early bird tickets there. They're going to be going up. They go up all the time. So they just keep going up as you get closer to the event. Go check it out. Check out the dates. And I pretty much guarantee you it's going to be unbelievable. Actually, there's one thing I could probably tell you that we haven't announced yet. There's like 100 things. That Christoph Melchizedek told me that he's going to do an iboga ceremony after Anarchapulco for anyone who wants to do that. Iboga is insane, but he says you become like limitless. You become like superhuman, which is also what you do with the Tesla machine. Oh, and by the way, you know all that stuff they're doing in Egypt? I think we're gonna go there and like fix it all. I'll just leave that there.
David Weiss here. I've been taking Masterpiece for probably over a year, maybe even 2 years. And the detox I feel from it is amazing. I have never felt better in my life. I know that sounds like a lot, but I sleep better. I have amazing dreams when I take it at night. I take it twice a day most of the time, but sometimes I only take it once a day because I forget. But it's definitely an amazing product. And now with the new research they've done where it is literally getting rid of the nanotech in your body, I can't imagine not having any. So there you go. That's my testimony, and I love the stuff, and I'm never going to stop taking it.